All right, good morning and welcome. It's Corporate Governance Platform brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiwo. ICSAN is a leading recognized professional body in Nigeria that's dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. It's the only professional body authorized in Nigeria to conduct examinations leading to qualification of chartered secretaries and administrators. On the program today, we want to look at the managing director's responsibilities as the delegate of the board and head of management. And our guest this morning is Mr. Tony ADENUBI, FCIS. His managing partner, Tony ADENUBI & Co., a firm of chartered secretaries. Good morning, Mr. ADENUBI.
Good morning, ma'am.
All right, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me once again.
All right, with me in the studio is Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning to you, our guest, Mr. Tony ADENUBI, FCIS, and to all our numerous listeners. Good morning to you.
All right, we're going to take this message and we'll be right back. Just stay with us.
The world is constantly evolving. The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, so corporate governance platform right here. And like I said earlier, we're looking at the managing director's responsibilities as a delegate of the board and head of management. Now, let's look at, Mr. ADENUBI, let's look at the managing director and his basic roles.
Okay. In a company, the managing director is typically responsible for the overall management and administration of the organization. The strategic roles of and responsibilities of the managing director may vary depending on the company, but typically include the following: developing and implementing the company's strategies and vision, managing the company's finances and budget, managing the company's operations and resources, developing and implementing policies and procedures, managing the company's risk, representing the company to shareholders, and lastly, but not the least, making key decisions on behalf of the company.
All right. Now, why is it not desirable in corporate governance for the managing director to also function as the chairman of the company?
It's generally considered a conflict of interest for the MD, the managing director, to also function as the chairman of the company. This is because the managing director's role is to run the company, while the chairman's role is to oversee the company's governance and strategy. If the same person is fulfilling both roles, it can create a conflict of interest and make it difficult to ensure the company is operating in the best interest of all stakeholders. The separation of roles also helps to ensure that there is a clear line of accountability and transparency within the company.
All right, great. Now, the function of the managing director as a delegate of the board, what does this entail?
Okay. As a delegate of the board of directors, the managing director is responsible for carrying out the decision and policies of the board. This can include a wide range of functions, such as managing the day-to-day operations of the company, hiring and managing employees, implementing the company's strategy, maintaining the company's budget and financial performance, and ensuring the company is compliant with applicable laws and regulations. In short, the managing director is the person who ensures that the board's policies and decisions are implemented in practice.
Great. Now, let's look at function of the managing director now as head of management. What does it entail?
It entails the overall coordinating of the entire management. Let us not forget that the managing director is the head of management.
Okay.
And together with the other executive directors are part of the board, with the non-executive directors, with the board being headed by chairman. The job of the managing director is to ensure proper coordination of the management, because all their powers are being dedicated to them by the board.
All right. Now, there's a provision of the code that the MD CEO should declare any conflict of interest on appointment and annually thereafter. What do you think is the rationale behind this?
The rationale for requiring the MD CEO to declare any conflict of interest on appointment and annually thereafter is to ensure transparency and accountability within the company. By declaring any potential conflicts of interest, the managing director, is making it clear to the board and other stakeholders that they are aware of any potential issues and are taking steps to avoid them. This can help to build trust and confidence in the company, and can also help to avoid potential legal and ethical issues down the line.
All right. There's another provision of the code that states that the MDCO should not be a member of the committees responsible for remuneration, audit, or nomination and governance. Why is this so?
The reason why the managing director should not be a member of these committees is to ensure that there is no conflict of interest and that the committees are able to operate independently. For example, if the managing director is to be a member of the remuneration committee, he will have a personal interest, and he or she will have a personal interest in the outcome of the committee's deliberations, which should potentially create a bias in their decision making. Similarly, the audit and nomination and governance committees need to be free from bias in order to operate effectively. In short, the managing director exclusion from these committees is intended to ensure that the company's governance is fair and transparent.
All right, great. Now, I want you to advise corporate entities on getting right the composition of their board as a whole.
When it comes to composition of a corporate board, there are a few principles that companies should keep in mind. The first one, the board should have a diverse mix of skills and experience so that it will be able to provide well-rounded guidance and oversight. The second one is that the board should have a balance of executive and non-executive directors so that there is a mix of internal and external perspectives. The third one, but not the least, the board should have a clear and well-defined set of responsibilities so that each member knows what is expected of them.
All right. I must say a very big thank you to you, Mr. Tony ADENUBI, FCIS, Managing Partner, Tony ADENUBI & Co., a firm of chartered secretaries. Thank you for joining us on Corporate Governance Platform this morning.
Thanks for having me, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Ketefe, my next questions for you. Does ICSAN have specialized training preparing professionals for the role of MD, CEO of companies?
Thank you very much for that question. Apart from the numerous programs that the Institute has, which examine diverse themes on corporate governance, including the roles and functions of the MD, CEO, or any director for that matter, the Institute also has a very vibrant training department that churn out numerous courses on the subject matter annually. So if you look at the calendar of our training department, you will surely see many trainings that are specifically designed to boost the capacity of participants and impart them with the skills that are necessary to run a company in various capacity of governance, like in the capacity of managing director, capacity of executive director, non-executive director, chairman of companies, and so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, many of our members are functioning as chairman of companies, both public and private, the non-executive directors, executive directors, not to talk of company secretaries, and of course, compliance manager. So, to your question, does ICSAN have specialized training preparing professionals for the role of MD, CEO of companies? So it can be confidently answered in the affirmative.
Yeah, great. All right, let's take this message, and of course, we'll be right back. To stay with us.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, of course, still corporate governance platform right here, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. All right, Mr. Ketefe, what are some of the benefits of being a member of ICSAN?
Thank you very much for that question. Membership of ICSAN confers a lot of benefits for professionals. As a matter of fact, it's been said nowadays that a number of profession, a number of rules will be cancelled or will be submerged by the advent of artificial intelligence. But this is one profession that can never be taken over, no matter the extent of development in all fields of human endeavor. Because you need to have professionals, you need to have thinkers, you need to have highly skilled people who have governance in expertise, no matter what happens. So being a member of ICSAN you can look forward to tomorrow with confidence that your profession will be relevant. In more than 70 countries of the world nowadays, we have our members. More than 70 countries of the world who are governance professionals, and they function in various fields, like some of which I've already mentioned, like the chairman of companies, like CEOs slash MD, like non-executive directors, executive directors, not to mention company secretaries itself, and also compliance manager. So even if you decide to establish a company of your own, all this information, all this expertise, you'll be able to bring it to bear to navigate that companies out of all the mires of potential pitfall that can predispose company to preliminary or immature failure.
Okay.
So, in a nutshell, being a member of ICSAN prepares you for today and tomorrow.
All right, great. For those who might also want to be part, how can they reach ICSAN?
I think the most convenient point now is to refer them, because I will not permit me to elaborate on this. Go to our website, www.icsan.org. All the information you need on becoming a member of the institute is available. Alternatively, or in addition, you can also call Coyote on 080-3214-7720. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Coyote Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. And that's how we wrap it up this morning on Corporate Governance Platform, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. We'll be back again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m. right here on Equity 9.7 FM. I'm Funmi Omoburi. Enjoy the rest of the day.